Hi, this is Zoe from Squeaky Chimp, and today I want to talk to you about tools. Tools to make paper beads. So to give you an example, I've got my box here full of paper beads. So we've got the tube shaped beads, we've got lots of bicone beads, actually some of these little ones, lots of little bicone beads. And then I've got some even tinier little round beads. And paper beading is really addictive. It's a great hobby to have. It's really easy to do if you've got the right tools. So today I wanted to talk to you about what kind of tools you can use and the reasons why I like different ones for different things, and how to make these super tiny little beads as well. So those back in the right place. So here we go. I've got a selection of tools here and I'm going to go through it from size. So the first size I want to show you is this one. It's a 5mm tool, and this particular tool is great for making these type of beads. Let's get them on camera. These are European style beads. They have a large hole. They're filled with a metal grommet or cap end, and they would go on a bracelet like this. So you would just thread them through like so. And I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make these. These are a little bit more advanced than just a normal paper bead like this, like one of these little bicone beads. It's a little bit more advanced. You need 3 sheets of paper, and I can also show you how I've decorated them in a different video. But today I'm going to show you how to just roll a piece of paper using a tool like this. Now this tool is slotted all the way down, but the slot doesn't go through, so it just has a single slot on one side. So I'm going to make a tube bead, and I have here some really pretty, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, just about, you can just about see that. It's got a little bit of glitter on it as well, so it really is quite thick paper. If you've ever tried to roll paper that's got glitter on, it can be a bit stubborn, but this tool you're not going to have any problems with. So in order to roll with this particular tool, you're just going to pop it in the slot, just support it with your finger just to get it going, and keep rolling. And it's really simple with this tool. When you're making a tube bead, you just want to make sure that you keep your edges together. So every time you roll, just keep them together. And this is quite easy on your hand. It's nothing too difficult. And I've gone off slightly there. It's because I'm busy talking. And then get my glue. And roll up. Now, with this thicker, heavier paper stock, scrapbooking paper, you do need to hold it for longer because it does have a habit of just pinging back undone, like so. There we go. So that's one bead, and you can see here it's just slightly gone off. That's not a problem. Just slide your bead off, pop it down on the surface, and push, and there you have a tube bead. Now that is quite a thick tube bead, but that's fine. This tool, fantastic for big chunky beads, fabric beads. Let me just show you some fabric beads. These are fabric beads. So I made these in exactly the same method, but just with fabric, and then they've been coated. So you can see those. So that's this size tool, the 5mm. So the next size tool I want to show you is this one, and this is probably where a lot of people would start, because actually you can roll paper beads with a skewer or a knitting needle, and I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to pick up this piece of paper, and I've just pre-cut a couple of strips. I couldn't tell you what sizes they are, I just eyeballed it because I'm not making for any particular purpose. In some upcoming videos I am going to show you ones with set sizes. So with a skewer, you would roll it round, and this is where you notice that it starts to get a bit more tricky than it is when you've got a nice little slot to use. So you've got to get it to stay in place, hold it with your finger and roll. And you do have to really support this one because otherwise it would start to unravel itself. So it's a lot trickier if you're going to use it with a skewer. You can do it, but if you're making quite a few of them, that's when it becomes a bit trickier. And with these strips where we have a triangle, a really elongated triangle, you want to keep your tip, this tip, and the bit that's going down in the middle, so you get a really nice bicone shape, which I'm not doing so great at, which is why I'm not a fan of just using a skewer. So there we go, and this sticks it really quickly. And then you just slide it off. So that's that one. So one up from that is this, and this is a tool I made, and it's a bamboo stick, but I've sliced down the middle of it. So what you would do is you would get your strip, just pop up this one, pop your strip in the middle, pop your end back on, and these are beads I've made. I don't remember which end I've got to put back on. You'll see why I don't always go with this tool. There we go. So pop my bead back on, and this has the advantage of the fact that it is holding your paper in place. So you just want to make sure it's nice and flat, and then roll. And this one is one up from using just a bamboo stick. So just going to roll, and of course I'm on camera, so I'm not doing the best job of rolling. But once you get to the end, just a dab of glue, and what I like to do with this excess glue I've got here, don't waste it, I like to just roll it around my bead, and that way it just fills in any little gaps, any little bits in the bead. It just helps to seal it off. And then in order to get it off, you just slide it back out. So there's that one. Okay, but for me, taking this bit off, sliding it through, putting this back on, doing it all, taking it off. If I want to make a load of beads all at once, or to make a necklace, like I want to make like lots of these or lots of these, that's quite a lot of work every time you want to make a bead. So we've got another tool, this size tool, similar to this one. This one's 5mm, but this one's 3mm, exactly the same diameter as a skewer. And this one again, you just pop your paper in the slot, just hold it in place to get it going, and then roll. And it's much easier because you're literally just rolling, and you can put pressure against the paper because that little slot is holding the other end in place, so you can get a really nice tight firm bead. So I'm just going to roll it up, and of course this bead's turned a little bit more into a cone bead, but that's easy sorted. A little bit of glue on the end, and roll it up. And again, that excess glue, not going to waste it, I'm just going to take it round, fill in any gaps like so. And I'm just using plain old copy paper, so nothing fancy for this. This is just purely a demo. So this is again the go-to tool that I'm going to use in order to make these beads. So for my final size, again, I've got two tools here. Now these are Diddy. These are going to make little beads, and these are my favourite size beads. I love these beads because they allow you to make really small beads with really small holes. So if I show you these ones, and these ones are perfect for memory wire. They go onto elastic really easily. Normal just beading wire that you would use in order to make, you know, these little middle bits. They're just perfect. What I find with beads, say this size, is that if I was to put them on a wire, they wobble, and so I end up filling the hole with smaller, just waste beads. But that always seems like such a waste. So these are great for things that have got quite a thick, excuse me, these are quite good for if you have like leather or a leather thong or something like that, or something where you can use bead caps to hold them in place. But these are my personal favourite. I love, as you could probably see from the fact that I do have a lot of this type of bead in here. And I love the fact that, you know, you can make these little tiny little balls. You can make little cone shaped beads. So I'm going to show you that. Now I have two tools here, and this is the tool that I originally purchased. And this one, I don't know if you can see, it has a slot. If I put a bit of paper in it, that would be easier. It has a slot that goes all the way through. So unlike this tool where it's just a slot, it has a slot that goes all the way through. But the only trouble with this one is that you are limited to that thickness of paper. So you can't make a bead that's bigger than that. And that slightly made me a bit annoyed, because if I wanted to make a slightly bigger bead than that, so that's probably about a centimetre, you would end up with some of your paper sticking out at the end and it just didn't roll right. So then I got this, which is has this length. So as you can see, you can pop your paper in, just like all the others, but you've got this whole of this rim here because this is all slotted. So you just pop your paper in, again, just hold it in place, just to get it going. But once it's going, it's fine, and you just use your fingers just to guide it, which I hope you can see. And I'm going to put links in my description about where you can get these tools from. These tools are made in England, handmade in England, so they're not mass produced. They are not made in some sweatshop somewhere. They are made in England, so they are good quality, and they are made to last. You know, you can use these over and over again. So a little bit of glue, again, just roll any excess round, easy done, and there we go. And as you can see, when I pulled that off, it actually changed shape. It actually has quite a funky shape. But all I need to do is just push it back in place and it's fine. Okay, but what you can do is when you push it off, I was just rushing because I was on video, is to use your fingers just to guide it off, just to keep everything in place. So my personal preferences are these tools. They're not expensive. You can, if you go on to sites like eBay or Etsy, you can find rolling machines which are bigger, about this big. You put the paper in, you roll it, and I'm going to be honest, they do look good. They look good, but for me, and living in England, it's about 20 quid for postage and packaging before I've even purchased the item. These ones are about, I think they're just under a £5 each, or you can buy a set of 3 for about £13.50. So for me, that's a much cheaper option. And actually, these do the job. They do a really good job. And if I'm being really honest, I am really biased because I made these. These are my tools and I'm really proud of them. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this video today. It's because I wanted to show you these tools and I wanted to show you how easy they are to use. So, yep, I am biased. Yep, they are my tools. But I hope you enjoy watching them, watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed using them. If you do go and order them, I will put a link. At some point, I'll be showing you how to make this bracelet. At some point in the future, I will be showing you how to make these beads, which are customised beads. So all of these started off life in exactly the same way, all as an A4 sheet of paper, but they've all come out really different. So I'm going to be showing you how to make your own customised paper beads. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. It's one of my first tutorials. If you're still with me, thanks so much. And if you didn't like it, then I'm sorry. And I hope you don't leave bad comments. I am trying. Thanks very much.